Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Joe Maas. I'm one of the principals of JTM Food Group. I'm also a member of the Greater Harrison Chamber of Commerce, and we're here this morning to talk to Bryan from Herbert Motors to talk about their business and how they contribute to the Harrison community.
Joe, we've been in Harrison now since 1984. My grandfather and uncle purchased the land in 1984, and they built a pole barn and opened their second location. So we've really been in Harrison for a long time. It was mostly farmland, and now it's very built up, very different. Harrison has been very welcoming over the years and is part of our success over the years.
Indeed. So JTM came to Harrison in 1983, and my dad bought a lawn tractor from here probably right after you just opened.
Yeah, from my grandfather.
In and around 1984 to mow the grass at JTM. So our families have been connected for many decades now, and it's been a great relationship. Talk a little bit about the history of how Bud Herbert, who was Bud Herbert, how all this was founded. Even if you don't mind, we talked a little bit before this recording that it actually sort of started as a furniture business.
It did. So my great-great-great-grandfather, he immigrated from Germany, and he settled down in Cincinnati in the late 1800s, and his profession was furniture building. So he actually was a very progressive furniture builder. He had a factory down in Northside. And he made his own furniture. He imported furniture from around the United States and sold it. Basically, one of his mottos was he sold it. He was in the country and he could sell the furniture cheaper than the stores in the inner city. So Northside was, obviously a suburb. Yes.
At that time.
Later on, one of the brothers, there were brothers in the business, and one of them went off into sell cars down at our current location down in Northside on Spring Grove Avenue. So they sold Crosleys and DeSotos and Chryslers, and they for many years, and there were more family in the business, and that was the gentleman that my great-great-grandfather was John Herbert. He was the one with the car dealership. And he, one of his sons was Bud, what's the business is named after now. And during World War II, they couldn't get cars. And to survive and continue through, they started selling primitive lawn and garden equipment. So they were very little tractors and powered push mowers and so forth. They sold some farm machinery down in Spring Grove, believe it or in Northside, believe it or not, out for people. And then in the 80s, we became a John Deere dealer, and we look very much like we do today with our product lines with Stihl and John Deere and Exmark, and the business has continued to grow. So Bryan,
talk a little bit about the current Herbert family members that are involved with the organization as a whole.
Well, we still have quite a few family members involved in the business. I have my great uncle that is the third generation, is still working in the business. He's comes in every day and really helps out with everything.
Tom.
That's Tom. And then I have Tom has a son, John, that is in the business. And then I have an uncle, Jim, that is the president of the company. They both work down at our store in Northside. And then on from that, I have an aunt that manages the office work, Connie. I have my grandmother still works in the business. She's in her late 80s and still works twice a week. And then I have a brother, my younger brother, which is a couple years younger than me. He does a lot of outside sales down at our Northside store and sells to the like I said, the universities and the cities, and then commercial customers that make a living with the products that we sell.
That's a great family legacy, and we love to hear those kind of stories, Bryan. And how many employees do you employ here in this shop alone?
We have about 10 to 12 employees, depending. It fluctuates during the season and so forth.
And how many at the north side location?
They have about 20 down there.
So about 30 people is what is within Bud Herbert Motors.
Yes.
quite the thriving business for a
Mhm.
farm implement and lawn and garden operation. The service that you provide to this community is valuable. You guys do a great job at Bud Herbert Motors, and I'm glad that you guys are all here.
Yeah. Well, we're involved in the community for sure. We've done the parade down in Harrison quite a few times.
Yes, you have.
We sponsor the 4-H fair down at Stricker's Grove, which we love. We take equipment down, and we usually have a big corn box for the kids to play in. And we have a large open house, usually in the fall, that is really geared towards kids and the equipment that we have, and showing it and having fun. We do hay rides and pumpkin rides and all that good stuff. So we really have enjoyed being in Harrison, and it's just a perfect match for our family. It really is.
Well, we've certainly appreciated that you're a member of the Greater Harrison Chamber of Commerce, and we've done well growing the chamber over the years. That we started somewhere around 10 years ago, and I think it's important that the businesses have some way to communicate with each other to help to make sure that we all thrive, and we have been. Well, thank you, Bryan, very much for your time. I very much appreciate that you were able to show the community of Harrison what it is that Bud Herbert Motors does. And I can tell you from my own personal standpoint, I appreciate what you do. It's been awesome to have somebody that I could count on when I have a need for my equipment to work.
Well, we appreciate it too, and we appreciate all the customers in Harrison, because it really they're part of our success for sure. They're great to deal with, and it's growing. The community is growing by leaps and bounds, so that's exciting.
It is exciting. Thank you.